Which movie has the greatest era fuck or ending? I love the ending of Good, Bad and the Ugly. Blondie you son of a haha. Shawshank Redemption. Lol 20 years of Andy and he managed to screw over most of the police force and the warden. T2. Never should have made another movie after that. It was a perfect way to tie everything together and give you a satisfying and hopeful end for the series. Aliens. Bishop's escape scene. The Silence of the Lambs. I'm having an old friend for dinner. When your happy a murderous cannibal is about to eat a character who's somehow worse than that cannibal. That's a fuck yeah. Snatch. Wraps it all up awesomely. Galaxy Quest. The ending of The Matrix definitely left me buzzing. Blazing Saddles. That whole movie was so ridiculous that it was amazing to see it bust out in Hollywood and you're just sitting here like, oh, that explains it. Also Balto. I'm an adult and the end of this movie still makes me cry. Zombieland. When Woody Harrelson got his Twinkie. Seriously, please like and subscribe and comment something nice for your favorite Reddit slave. I shouldn't be talking about this, but it is definition Fight Club. The Usual Suspects. Godzilla 2014, when he rips open Mutala's mouth and shoots his radioactive breath down its throat. Good Will Hunting, when Affleck goes to the door and Will I snow it there, the feels. Lucky Number 11, underrated movie with great redemption at the end. Fury, when the tank crew accepts their fate and makes an awesome final stand, even though one survived. Get Out, when he pulled up in the car at the end. I have never been more relieved in my life. That whole move had me stressed out. If you watch the alternate ending, it is so sad, but may have made a better movie even. On my first watch I don't think I could have handled it though, because it would have been too much to take in. The literal fuck yeah at the end of Team America. Rush Hour, you can shove that badge up your A. John Wick, when he avenged his dog and saved another, amazing. The Prestige, kind of. The Return of the King, I thought it would never end. It could have ended after Frodo and Sam escaped at the end of all things. But the Eagles came. Then Frodo woke up to Gandalf. And then there was Aragorn's crowning. With Arwen's arrival. My friends. You both are noon. The hobbits went back to the Shire. Sam married. Then the hobbits went to the Grey Havens. And Frodo had to go with Bilbo. Finally, Sam went home to his wife and children. At every point, the movie could have ended and it would have been awesome. But it did not. It kept going and going and going. And even after the actual ending, the credits rolled with Howard Shore's score. It is one of the few movie I'll let roll till the DVD/Blu-ray comes back again without even touching anything. Fuck yeah. Gladiator. He finally got to be reunited with his wife and kid. Bittersweet. But, yeah, I think a good ending. Spider in the Spider-Verse. Donna at you, do, forget about me. Uriah and Marlowe. Also, the first two Nolan Batman movies. The first Saw movie, I was just in awe. Like no fucking way I. Independence Day. Bill Pullman with that kick-ass speech and then kicking the aliens' ass. Dude, I saw Get Out recently this year. That movie has the most cathartic ending I've ever seen. Severe spoilers ahead for one of the best endings in a movie. The film plays with your expectations so much, including unknown facets of racism. At the end, the protagonist ends up escaping the clutches of the family who have imprisoned him and plan to consign him to a fate worse than death. In the last moments of the film, the protagonist is confronted with the girlfriend who lured him and countless other people to the family. She's been shot, but he manages to disarm her. He has her dead to rights and starts to strangle her with the last of his strength, avenging all the other victims of the family. And since she is the last, this will allow him to escape down the road home free for a happy ending. It is at this moment of triumph that you hear a police siren and see police lights shine on them both. The girl smirks. She is an injured petty white girl being strangled by a black man in the middle of the road. The very road that earlier in the film we saw them pulled over by an obtusely racist police officer. Your heart sinks at this moment. Our protagonist has had a desperate escape, and it will now be thwarted simply by the appearance of his moment of revenge. After an entire film of masterfully building tension, this sequence of relief is ruined. Until you realize that this is actually the protagonist's bumbling comic relief friend who has been searching for him the whole movie, who works for TSAT. This character's arc is built up to show him fail time and again at finding his friend or getting help, so when he appears in the security car with his full security gear, it is this amazing moment where you want to jump out of your chair and cheer. They get in the car and leave, the protagonist injured and drenched in gore. After a long pause, the friend, who had advised against the entire trip and the fireplace, is like, I told you not to go in that house. Bam. Your expectations are subverted in so many ways, but this ending. First, you expect the protagonist to get shot by the cop and his happy ending get ruined. Then, when the friend shows up, you think, oh no, the lovable comic relief is going to die somehow. But it doesn't. Even when they are in the car driving away, you think, oh no, they are showing them driving away for kind of a long time. Something's gonna happen. But instead they give you the one-liner about going to the house. So layered. So cathartic. Such a great payoff that doesn't diminish anything that came before. Easily my favorite ending I've seen in a long time. Rogue One. When Vader goes ham on those rebels, I was excitedly screaming like a schoolgirl the whole time. Django Unchained. Once upon a time in Hollywood. Most of the movie you're thinking this is great and really cool. Feels very different from Tarantino's usual style, and then the last 20 or so minutes hits, and it goes from 60 to 100 real fucking quick. A great, awesome conclusion to a great movie, especially if you're familiar with the context of the historical events. Honestly, Tarantino in general, the dude makes some great movies with great, memorable endings. The Departed. Inglourious Basterds hands down. Watching hundreds of Nazis being burnt and shot makes me smile each time. The Peanuts movie. After 60 plus years, that blockhead Charlie Brown finally gets a damn victory. Hot Fuzz for sure. Endgame. Portals. Infinity War had what I consider to be an incredibly brave ending, at least from a marketing standpoint. Your favorite heroes fail. The villain kills half of the universe in the most disturbing way imaginable. Movie is over, fuck you, come back in a year. I saw Infinity War opening night, and the sense of dread and loss at the end was astounding. The ending was effective and restrained. I also think that the bitter end of Civil War sort of helped reduce the whiplash of such an ending. But it was still shocking enough to be extraordinarily effective. It was fuck yeah, but in a really weird way. I was impressed that Marvel had the balls to do it, and it was something that I've wanted to see a movie in the genre do for the longest time. It was a memorable, meaningful subversion of expectations. It felt like a Luke, I'm your father moment, and it's certainly one that I'll cherish for the rest of my life. Memento. The whole movie is one cliffhanger after another, but the end changes everything. Definitely didn't see that coming. A brilliant movie. Army of Darkness. Bruce Campbell, check. Unlimited ammo, check. Killing Undead, check. Saving beautiful girl, check. Kissing beautiful girl, check. Aerith Prophecy or Nalo. Rogue One. Watching Vader mow through rebels is the best thing Disney Star Wars has given us so far. The never-ending story, when he gets on Falco and chases down those bullies, always got me right in the feels. Whiplash. Such a satisfying ending. The call at the end of Black Klansman. It was awesome. Devil's Rejects. Great ending to such a disturbing movie. Edge of Tomorrow. Crusader's smile is amazing. Unforgiven, the Clint Eastwood western. The Walk from Buckaroo Banzai. Wanted. Follows up one of the most intense rampage scenes I've seen in a movie with a satisfying call back to the beginning and tying off the last loose end. Ending quote is so good too. This is me taking control of my life. What the fuck have you done lately? John Wick, Chapter 3 Parabellum. Whenever John Wick said yeah in response to Bowery asking if he was pissed, it gave me chills, and it got me so excited for the next one knowing he's about to go on a massive fucking killing spree. Probably even more kills than all 3 movies combined. I can't wait. Definitely a fuck yeah moment. Death Race. Ian McShane looks into the camera, says I love this game and blows up the building behind him. 7. Spoiler alert, one that flew over the cuckoo's nest. It won't look like great ending at the first look, but killing the protagonist was the best thing that both native Indian dude could have done to set him free. Lobotomy sucks. The Breakfast Club. Team America, World Police, America. Fuck yeah. I watched The Old Man and the Young Gun the other day, starring Robert Redford. I love the ending, when he walks into the bank and the subtitles tell us he robbed 4 more that day, and was smiling when he was arrested. He was in his 70s.